Hey everyone, welcome to the video. If you are preparing for the CompTIA Network Plus N10-009 exam, you're in the right place. In this session, we're going to go through a set of practice questions designed to test your knowledge on networking fundamentals, infrastructure, operations, security, and troubleshooting. We're using Skilltestpro for this one. They are packed with realistic, up-to-date questions that mirror the actual exam format and help you build real confidence. So, let's dive in and see how many you can get right. First question. A technician needs to restrict access to a network based on device type. What security measure should they implement? Port mirroring, MAC filtering, static routing, network address translation, or DHCP snooping? The correct answer is MAC filtering. MAC filtering allows or denies access based on a device's unique MAC address. All right, question 2. A user reports that they cannot connect to an internal server by its host name, but they can access it using its IP address. What is the likely issue? Incorrect subnet mask? NAT is not configured? MAC address conflict? Incorrect QoS settings? Or DNS misconfiguration? The correct answer is DNS misconfiguration. If an IP works, but a host name does not, the issue is likely related to DNS resolution. All right, question 3. A technician is installing an access point and needs to configure it for the 5 GHz frequency band. What standard should they select? 802.11ac, 802.11b, 802.11g, 802.11n, 2.4 GHz only, or 802.3? The correct answer is 802.11ac. 802.11ac operates exclusively on the 5 GHz frequency band. All right, question 4. A network technician needs to check the latency between a client computer and a web server. What tool should they use? Ping, netstat, ifconfig, ARP, or NSLOOKUP? The correct answer is ping. Ping measures round-trip time or latency between two devices. All right, question 5. A technician needs to remotely access a router's command line interface securely. What protocol should they use? Telnet, RDP, FTP, SMTP, or SSH? The correct answer is SSH. SSH encrypts communication for secure remote administration. All right, question 6. A company needs to assign IP addresses dynamically across multiple VLANs. What feature should they enable on the router? NAT, SNMP, DHCP relay, MAC filtering, or radius? The correct answer is DHCP relay. DHCP relay allows VLANs to receive IP addresses from a centralized DHCP server. All right, question 7. A user is experiencing intermittent network disconnections while using Wi-Fi. What is the most likely cause? A faulty network switch? Duplicate IP address? Incorrect default gateway? Wireless interference? Or an expired SSL certificate? The correct answer is wireless interference. Wireless networks can be disrupted by physical objects or competing signals. All right, question 8. A network administrator is configuring a firewall to allow only HTTPS traffic to an internal web server. Which port should they open? 443, 80, 22, 25, or 53? The correct answer is 443. HTTPS uses TCP port 443 for secure web traffic. All right, question 9. A user reports that they cannot connect to the network. The technician finds that the workstation has an IP address of 0.0.0.0. What does this indicate? The network cable is disconnected. The DHCP server is not responding. The firewall is blocking traffic. The DNS server is down. Or the hard drive is failing. The correct answer is the DHCP server is not responding. A 0.0.0.0 address suggests that the DHCP server failed to assign an IP address. All right, let's keep going. Question 10. A company's security policy requires that all employees authenticate before accessing the network. What technology should be implemented? 802.1x? Port mirroring? Spanning tree protocol? VLAN trunking? Or static routing? The correct answer is 802.1x. 802.1x authentication ensures only authorized users can access the network. All right, you guys are doing great. Halfway there. Let's keep going. Question 11. A technician needs to monitor real-time network traffic on a specific interface. What tool should they use? NSLookup? Ping? Wireshark? Traceroute? Or Netstat? The correct answer is Wireshark. Wireshark captures and analyzes real-time network traffic. All right, question 12. A technician is configuring an access point in an area with multiple wireless networks. How can they reduce interference? Increase signal strength? Disable SSID broadcast? Lower the transmission speed? Enable MAC filtering? Or change the Wi-Fi channel? The correct answer is change the Wi-Fi channel. Changing the channel reduces interference from nearby wireless networks. All right, question 13. A network administrator needs to configure a switch to ensure that only authorized devices can connect. What security measure should they use? Spanning tree protocol? Network address translation? Port security? Trunking? Or QoS? The correct answer is port security. Port security allows only specific MAC addresses to connect to a switch port. All right, question 14. A technician is troubleshooting a network connection issue. The workstation has a static IP address, but no other devices on the network can communicate with it. What should they check? The DNS server address? The firewall configuration? Subnet mask settings? Ethernet cable length? Or printer driver settings? The correct answer is subnet mask settings. An incorrect subnet mask can prevent a device from communicating with other network devices. All right, question 15. A new router has been installed, but users cannot access the internet. They can ping internal devices, but not external IPs. What should the technician check? MAC filtering rules? Default gateway settings? DNS cache? Firewall rules? Or the SSID broadcast? The correct answer is the default gateway settings. If users can reach internal devices but not external sites, the router's default gateway may be misconfigured. All right, question 16. A technician needs to prioritize voice traffic over other types of network traffic to ensure clear calls. What should they configure? NAT? MAC filtering? QoS? Port mirroring? Or DNS forwarding? The correct answer is QoS. Quality of service, or QoS, prioritizes VoIP traffic to reduce latency and jitter. All right, question 17. A user cannot access a secure website, but they can access other websites without issues. What should the technician check first? SSL certificate expiration? Network switch configuration? MAC filtering settings? DHCP lease expiration, or WAP channel settings? The correct answer is SSL certificate expiration. If a specific secure site is inaccessible, an expired SSL certificate could be the issue. All right, question 18. A technician needs to remotely connect to a Windows server using a command line interface. What protocol should they use? SSH, SNMP, Telnet, RDP, or FTP? The correct answer is RDP. Remote Desktop Protocol, or IDP, is used to access Windows servers remotely via GUI, and command line. All right, two more. Question 19. A company is experiencing significant network slowdowns every afternoon. What tool should the network administrator use to identify the cause? Cable tester, protocol analyzer, tone generator, multimeter, or loopback plug? The correct answer is protocol analyzer. A protocol analyzer, or packet sniffer, helps identify excessive network traffic or bandwidth hogging. All right, and one more, question 20. A user reports that they are unable to connect to the corporate Wi-Fi network, but their personal phone connects without issue. Other employees are not affected. What is the most likely cause? The corporate Wi-Fi has reached its device limit. The company's firewall is blocking the connection. The DHCP lease time has expired. The network switch has failed. Or the user's device is not configured for the correct SSID. The correct answer is the user's device is not configured for the correct SSID. If other devices are connecting fine, the issue is likely related to the user's device configuration. And that is a wrap for this round of Network Plus practice questions. Great job sticking with it, everybody. If you're serious about passing the N10-009 exam, well then keep practicing and reviewing the areas that have challenged you. I've added a link to Skilltestpro in the description and in the first comment so that you can try their full set of practice tests yourself. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep going. You are building the foundation for a solid IT career.